Welcome back, folks, to Metroid 2 Remake here on the Heavy Bits X channel. Well, stuff has happened, but anyway, we're carrying on with the cleanup of the other areas. We're back at the Hydra Station. Not much, of course. We are on to the gravity suit, the screw attack, the space jump, and the ability to basically break the game. As you pretty much see, we're heading towards the one and only area in this whole thing that we didn't get the chance to. Also, while we're here, we can just clean the map up. As you probably may have noticed, we're heading towards the final pass. As you saw there in the start, we have got 75% of all items. It's pretty good. Here, as you probably saw, there was a switch here, or as I like to call it, the final dregs. We are, as we mentioned before, we are nearly there. Of course, the combination of the gravity suit, which was not there, but this time, on the other hand, as of the new game, where at long last the gravity suit finally gets its own identity and look after 20 fucking years. Small spoilers, but it's a great spoiler because some of the artwork. Also, that was a really good artwork for Metroid Retro the Samus, which was kind of cool considering what Mercury's team wanted to do. And here was the surprising thing. Here's the fun thing about the game, as it does come out. Mercury Stream wanted to do a Fusion remake. They liked the story of Fusion, which was pretty good. But Nintendo was like, "Oh, we want to create instead a Metroid 2 remake because it was long overdue." Anyway, as you probably saw there, it's a speed boost room. Not too bad. All we just gotta do is not do anything stupid here. Oh boy, that's gonna be a bit tricky here. Let's take a look at the speed room schematic. Yeah, this is a speed room puzzle. So you may have noticed quite a few things here, as it were. Things slow down, but as you probably saw there was no way to do all that. But what you have to do is make sure that the blocks are visible, but then get the right balance. There we go, that's how you do it. And then from there, you proceed to run for it, really. And that is essentially how technically it's done, but we also picked up an item. So, from all that, just do the speed boost as normal, and then just head down to that, and you're good to go, really. Yeah, you are good to go. Also, I just want to point out that it's just a lot of things here. It's all about cleaning up. So that was the first bit. The other one is going to be where the second Metroid ruins were. So that's going to be a fun thing to do. As you can see here, we are heading towards one particular segment. I'd like to point this out. Now that the gravity suit is the best armor in the game, it has no effect on the grass, which is good. Screw attack is excellent as always. So this is where it gets fun, because there is a really potent. Because now that we can do that, there is no way of actually doing this normally. You have to get this right. It is a bit difficult, but you need to do you have to get to a certain spot. That's the spot. That's the spot there with all the bottom tunnel, and you have to shine spark up there. It is a difficulty of a shine spark puzzle, and that is sometimes it can be really difficult to get that puzzle going. So you got not sparks, you got the speed boost bar. You have to shine spark up there, and you got to do that rightly and timed, because otherwise, as you can see there, I already did it. So excellent work, me. Now we can just go that way, and we can get a missile pack, and then do a power bomb there, and get more power bombs there, and that's pretty much all the items that we'll be getting from this area. That is pretty much everything done from the second Metroid area. And we're pretty much done here. So now that we got that out of the way, you can tell that our count's gonna go down. I have a feeling that it'll be maximum of 20 power bombs, about 250 so missiles, and I think about quite a few super missiles here and there. So everything's explored in this area, and that's about it for this area. I think we'll be heading back to the processing the distribution center. To go back to the distribution center, we're just gonna have to go back the way we came, as through the distribution pipes. It's a bit complicated. I did like the Hydra Station. I like the Hydra Station in this version. Then again, I played a bit of the Metroid Return of Samus, and the small little bit of spoiler is that in the original, it was everything devoid of life. In another Metroid 2 remake here, you've got the caves that are full of backgrounds that put up extra tender. In the they pretty much what Mercury Steam was done is they actually turned a barrenless planet to a habitable paradise, and it just makes you feel extra bad the way Samus had to destroy SR388 in Thingy. What was it? Thingy. Frickin' Metroid Fusion, where she destroyed SR388 and the Federation's plans for making their own Metroids. It's kind of a bit of a sad tragedy. I always felt that there were three big stories in Metroid. Three big stories. Story involving the space pirates, that would be the first one, and first Metroid, or Metroid Zero Mission, and Super Metroid, that series. Then you got this storyline, the Metroid 2 and the Metroid 4 one. That was actually pretty potent. And then you got like other one. Then you got like the storyline that came from Prime, where essentially you went to Talon 4, unleashed a monstrosity. It battled its way through, but there was a lot of things. But anyway, we're moving on to the factory area. There is only one reason why you would be in the factory at the moment, and actually no, we're not doing that yet. I just realized. No, that's potentially another thing to come. I'm just trying to figure out where am I going next. Good question. What am I doing next? I think I'm taking this one here. I'm gonna be heading back. I think I'll be heading back to the Chozo Ruins. Correct. I'm in the Chozo Ruins. There is a puzzle here, but I think this is more of a throwback, and basically it's just something that goes back to all the pro players, because because of Metroid, the Super Metroid, there are puzzles specifically designed for those that like to use the Shine Spark, and it's really exceptional puzzles. They're some of the more talented puzzles out there in the game. If you play Zero Mission, you know exactly which puzzles are kind of stupid and hellish as well. They're like some of the best puzzles in the game, in Metroid Zero Mission, because I was like, they're potent. But I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to be staying in the Chozo Ruins. I know for a fact that we will. I mean, as you may have also saw as well. And this is probably like a habitat. Do you see the fact that the sun is setting? I like this. I'm not sure you may have noticed, but it was daytime when you arrived. Some time has considerably passed, and now the sun's setting. It means it'll probably be dawn or something by the time we leave SR388 completing our task. Quite literally, we are not far off from completing our task. I think there's more Metroids left to go. It's about 25 left to go. We already killed like a good few. And it's just kind of exceptional. It's just really exceptional puzzling. Apologies. This is a laggy video, but I kind of really had not much to work with. So anyway, I believe we're heading back to, I think we're heading somewhere, but I think we're just going to get rid of some of the puzzles. I'm not sure where we're going to next. I mean, in this area. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out. Oh yes, I remember. There was a chamber above our first boss character that we couldn't access before. Now we can, using the combination of the power bombs, the space jump, and the other things. We get a missile pack here, and then we turn through here, we get more power bombs. There we go. That should be stuff that we can clean out of this one. And I believe that's probably going to be it for this episode, at least. But this is not the last thing we do in the ancient Chozo Ruins. Far from it. As I mentioned before, there is a door that we haven't been to yet, and it only requires a specific ball. Basically, maintaining the ball physics in order to get to our next location. So that's a first safe place inside the ancient ruins. And next time, let's go back to an ancient technique, shall we?